Misconceptions that I intend to address during this video as we explore examples of schizophrenia in film. Schizophrenia is the most common diagnosis where psychosis is a feature. It can include positive symptoms such as delusions, hallucinations, and disorganized thinking, negative symptoms including social withdrawal, a flattened mood, and an inability to feel pleasure, also called anhedonia, and cognitive symptoms such as impairments in memory and difficulty expressing thoughts. It's estimated that at least 1% of the population has a diagnosis of schizophrenia, which as of 2022 equates to around 565,000 people in England. The effects for people living with a diagnosis of schizophrenia are both varied and uncertain. Effects that can have a severe impact on quality of life are multiplied by factors such as identity, intersectionality, and have a knock-on effect on physical health, and in many cases are made considerably worse by the same medication they rely on to alleviate symptoms. Lastly, stigma as a result of public misconceptions fuels discrimination. Misconceptions that I intend to address during this video as we explore examples of schizophrenia in film. So, to bring you this video, I've watched, analysed and shortlisted 6 films that portray different aspects of schizophrenia on the big screen. Or at least so I thought. Turns out that 2 of the films on my watch list weren't actually eligible for review in this context. Firstly, there was the 2016 release of Split, which was directed by M. Night Shyamalan and starred James McAvoy. The plot follows 3 girls kidnapped by a man with 23 distinct personalities and their desperate attempts to escape. Secondly, there was Primal Fear, which was released in 1996 and directed by Gregory Hoblit, starring Richard Gere, Laura Linney and Edward Norton. Its plot centers around a high-profile murder case which attracts the attention of a publicity-hungry lawyer. Now, if you haven't seen either of these films, I'd argue that they're both highly entertaining and well worth a watch. The issue though is that in both cases, the central diagnosis is not schizophrenia, but dissociative identity disorder, sometimes known as multiple personality disorder. Dissociative identity disorder, or DID, is defined by a disruption of identity in which there are 2 or more distinct personality states, each associated with discontinuities in a person's sense of self and agency. Every identity may have its own way of perceiving, relating to others, and understanding the world. Some individuals with DID report hearing voices or experiencing intrusive thoughts, symptoms that also appear in schizophrenia or other psychotic disorders. However, DID is not typically characterized by delusions, disorganized thinking, or negative symptoms like social withdrawal and emotional flattening, which are key features of schizophrenia. Part of the confusion between these 2 conditions likely stems from the terminology. The word schizophrenia comes from the Greek roots schizo, meaning split, and phren, meaning mind, which literally translates into split or fractured mind. Semantically, it sounds similar to the concept of multiple personalities, but in reality, the split in schizophrenia refers to a fragmentation of thought processes and perception, not separate identities. So, while there is some surface level overlap, schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder are entirely distinct conditions, both in cause and clinical presentation.